Welcome to this video. In this video we are going to see how you can install or set up the Android application development environment. To perform the same activity you have to follow a couple of steps. Before going to the steps, I would also be saying that in this video we are going to see how you can run the sample application in your environment itself. So the very first step is you have to install the JDK 6 or higher version in your environment. Second, you have to install any Eclipse IDE that you prefer. So I have installed this Eclipse. I will just show you that what version I have installed. So this is the Eclipse SDK. I just installed the version 4.2.2 on which I'm going to run the Android application and plugging the Android application environment development environment with this Eclipse. Third one is installing the Android SDK. This is the major step or important step that you need to perform with respect to development environment setup for Android applications. First of all, the very first question comes, what is this SDK about? This SDK is a software development kit that enables you to create applications for the Android platform. So if you want to just develop anything on Java, you have to install JDK. Just like that, if you want to develop anything related to Android applications, you need to install the SDK first. To install the SDK, you will be having a site called developer.android.com. You just navigate to this particular link and you will see there is a page saying get the Android SDK. With this page, let me just go through this page as well. So I just put this link and I got this page here. Now just try to download the SDK now, and once you download it out, you just need to perform the installation activity. Once you perform the installation activity, you will see a couple of steps that you have to follow. Just follow all the steps after clicking on the installer icon. Then at the last you are able to see your SDK is installed in your local environment. Once you install the completely, you will get one Android SDK manager. If you search in your search box, then you will see Android SDK manager comes as part of this installer. So let me just open this Android SDK manager, what this Android SDK manager comes and why we need to just open this Android SDK manager. Now see this one, I have opened the Android SDK manager where I can see there are different tools, there are different Android APIs like 5.0, 4.0. These are the different versions coming on this SDK manager. So you must see that if you want to develop your applications, Android application on top of 1.5, so you just need to perform the installation from this interface. So this SDK manager provides the facility to install any of the version of API or Android SDK tools through this interface itself. If I just click here, these are not installed 5.0. Suppose I want to install this 4.0, not this one. Let me go to this one 4.2. I will see install 8 packages. So if you just click here, install 8 packages, then your Android SDK will be having 4.4.2 API 19 version to develop the Android applications on top of it. So this is the third most important step that you have performed just to install the Android SDK. Now the platform is available. You need to install one ADT Eclipse plugin. What is this ADT about? ADT is nothing but it's a Android development tools, or it's a Eclipse plugin that facilitates the environment in Eclipse IDE to build Android applications. So whenever we want to perform any specific activity or anything specific to the environment with the Eclipse, you need to have the plugins that facilitate the environment to develop the application with respect to whatever. So I just show you how to install this ADT Eclipse plugin. So it's a very simple step. If you want to install the ADT plugin, you need to just go to your Eclipse IDE go to help, install new software, and give this URI. So this URI helps you to download the ADTP plugin and install on to your Eclipse. So if I just go here or install new software, then you just give here your site that I have just described, this one, and you can click OK. So your ADT will come into the picture and your ADT plugin is installed in your application. Once whether you have installed ADT plugin properly or not, you can verify by seeing this. If I go to here, file, or now go to new and see this project, so this particular option should come as part of the ADT plugin. That means now you are able to create any Android application having these options. So this is the verification step. If it comes, that means you have installed your ADT properly. So now this is the fourth step that you've done properly. Before making anything into your Eclipse, you need to ensure whether you have Android virtual device connected to your Eclipse. What is this Android application, Android virtual device? This is nothing but it's an emulator configuration that lets you model an actual device by defining hardware and software options to be emulated by the Android emulator. That means it provides a virtual environment just like your mobile. You can directly run your application with this emulator and you can feel okay, your application is running on any application, any mobile applications. So how to create an Android virtual device? Once you install your SDK and ADT plugin, and you need to go to Windows, you will see here Android SDK manager. We can also open this Android SDK manager from here, and this is their Android virtual device manager. This Android virtual device manager, you just open it out. Now actually I had created this my AVD. If you want to create any new device or virtual device, the very first step you have to create the device. Give your device name. You can perform what kind of device you want, what kind of target you want, right? If you want to run this Android 4.0, this is the target, and you will see the different options over here. So you need to first create your target or your virtual device, saying these are the configurations. So this device will help you out to run your application on emulator. So this is my first created device that I have created, and you will see this my AVD is the name, Android 4.0 is the target, 4.0 is the platform where I want to run, 14 is the API label, and ARM, I'm not sure about this particular part, but maybe you can search it on net what is this about. So this Android virtual device needs to be created before running any application. Till that step, you are very much ready to create or to use any of the sample applications provided by the Android. Now sixth step, we are going to import any simple application from the Android that is provided as a sample application. Now let me show you how to import any sample application from Android. So just go to file, create new, and say project. Once I have a project, then I can see the Android as an option. Go to Android samples. Now go to next. Say that Android 4.0 is the application, and also go to next. The very simple application that we are going to see how this works. I saw that this is the notepad. Notepad is like you want to add some notes, you want to remove some notes, whatever. So as a notepad, I have added as my first application, sample application in my local environment. If I click finish, then I can see I will be having a notepad applications imported properly, and I can see there are different sources available, what is this about, and all these things about. Maybe in next video I will be showing what is the meaning of these different files what can be the purposes of different files, but in this video my main purpose is just to run the sample application on emulator that is provided by the Android itself. Now if I want to run this, let me just click right run as Android application. So when I click on the Android application, you will see there is a launching a new emulator with virtual device. So this is actually a virtual device that is being provided or we have added here. So this is initialized. This is actually creating the complete environment, and it's like a very much similar to our mobile. Whatever the activity you perform on the mobile, you will see the same activity can be performed here. It takes some time, and once it is started, we can see the mobile kind of screening here. So see this one, uploading notepad.apk. so apk is nothing but it's a extension for that application. See this, wow, this comes as a mobile, very similar to the mobile application. Let me unlock it, and if I go here, unlock it out. So meanwhile when I created this and just clicked on right, so this is being installed notepad.apk. This is saying success. Now start activity. So activity is just that you are going to perform any. So see this one, I can see the notes application come as it is. So if I want to create a new list for this notes or new note, let me click here. This will provide me an editor, my note. Let me add this my note, and if I save here, so that will come as a list my note. So these were my previous notes that I have added. Now this is the third one. What about if you want to just remove any note? So click here, I just remove it out from here. If I click here, I can remove out from here. So these are the activities that you can perform on any application. So the very good part of this complete learning is this emulator itself. If you want to see how this works, you can very much easily see how your application is behaving on top of your application with your mobile. So this is a pretty much good learning that I just went through, and I thought I just should share whatever I learned. Maybe I will be adding more videos to share my learning. So that is it from my side. Thanks a lot for listening this video. I hope this will help you out.